Hello, welcome to Bonsai Therapy. Today we are going to slip pot this tree from this pot to a bigger pot. We're gonna put it on this pot that is like substantially bigger. This is like a 10-inch pot. We know this pot already because I showed it to you in a previous video. This pot is like way smaller, and just for you to have a perspective, I can put like one pot inside the other with ease. There we go. One pot is inside the other, and you should see that we have enough space for this tree to grow and to grow better on this like bigger pot. The problem with the pot where this tree is right now is that when I water it, the water really doesn't go easily in. I'm sorry, my multiple sclerosis, like like losing some breath in here. But it will get better, don't worry, we will do this stuff today. So the thing is, yeah, when I water the pot, like the water doesn't really go in that easy, which probably means that there's too many roots taking over the pot itself, so the water really doesn't go all the way as it was supposed to go. So on this bigger pot, I think we will have a better chance for the tree to absorb that water and to do better. So that's what we're gonna do today. See, I really don't want to remove that little bit from the video when I was talking and my hair was like I was having some issues like breathing. That happens a lot when you have multiple sclerosis, so bear with me. If it happens again, I will edit it. And there's lots of things that happen in these videos that I don't show you because you might be looking at me like at the video in a weird way. What the hell is this guy doing? But yeah, like multiple sclerosis does those things. It has kind of mind of its own and affects like some stuff in your body. Think of it like electrical wire, right? Electrical wire, when you take that protection, the electricity goes all the way. If you touch it, you're gonna get shocked. If some metal touches it, like your electrical board might go, you know, like a shortcut. It's not a good thing. So with MS, like we have some nerves in our brain, and what happens is we have a protection like a coat. Think of it like the plastic wrap on the electrical wire. When that thing deteriorates, starts disappearing, what happens is starts like the electrical stuff starts going to the brain. It's not a bad thing, but the thing is the brain perceives it as a bad thing, so it attacks it, and which causes like this multiple sclerosis mess. Basically, let's say that as information from point A to point B, your body tells, your brain tells your body, okay, move a finger, and your body doesn't feel like moving that finger, and it doesn't. And you know, for like all the nerves that connect the nerve system, nothing works, like because sometimes nothing works because the brain sends the direction, things like let's do this, and the rest of the body doesn't get that information. So you try to do it, it doesn't happen. So you lose strength in your arm. Some people have problems walking. It's a mess. So that's why it's called MS, right? Not really, but okay. You get the point. So yeah, like sometimes like processing your thoughts is not as easy. Sometimes I want to remember the name of a tree, and it just doesn't come. It takes me like a few minutes to remember that. Then sometimes when I'm recording the videos, that happens. I just remove it from the video because you don't want to be like 2 minutes like looking at my face when I'm trying to think what the hell I want to say. So yeah, so it's kind of weird. This is all about just trying to take this trying to take this tree out of this pot. This pot is a little lippy, so it's going to be probably a little tough. So let's try to do it. Just for you guys to know, I really didn't water this tree today or yesterday. I just wanted to keep like the soil as dry as possible to do this, because I don't really like to remove a tree with soil humid or damp, I'd rather just let it dry a little bit and just remove it like that. Show you, as you can see, this is a rake. There's a little spatula there. And I have my neighbor like looking at me in a weird way, but what is that guy doing over there? My neighbor is the person, when you see my cuttings, my maple cuttings, I did a few videos about those maple cuttings. My neighbor is the person that has the maple and lets me get the cuts in spring, which is a nice thing. Spatula is getting pretty decent, like pretty well inside in the soil. But at some spots, probably the roots are like growing to the sides of the pot, which makes it a little more complicated to remove this. But we'll make it. It's okay. One of my future investments is going to be a sickle to do this, because if you have like one of those small little sickles, it would be more than enough. It would be easier to do this. So, and as you realize, I'm not really on my kitchen table today because it might get a little dirty. So. Go really strongly in. Okay, we got it. Okay, so the tree is out. There is still a lot of soil in it, and I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to put it back in the pot. So here you go, this is the pot, we're going to move it. I got some net over there, and this is the lava rock that I'm going to put just on the bottom, like a nice layer of it at the bottom of the pot. I use my trusty yogurt stuff. So with just a little layer of lava rock to drain, to welt the drainage of the water, and now we're going to put my regular soil on this thing, and to mix it with the soil that the tree already has. Now I just went to get some soil. I'm going to show you some of my soil. It has like it's a very easy mix to do. It's like perlite, potting soil, lava rock, and that's it. And I don't really care about the percentages as long as it's not damp and stuff, and as long as the water drains fast out of it. That's what I want, and I don't want it to be like too chunky inside the pot. I want it to drain water. So we have the lava rock, and now let's add some soil at the bottom of it, because I really don't want the tree to be too deep on the pot. You know what would be a funny thing right now? Like if I had a spasm and everything would go like flying all over the place. That's the thing that happens with MS. Sometimes you have spasms, you gotta be very careful handling stuff, because you don't want whoever is in your hands to start like shooting all over the place. It's not a good thing. So I'm gonna have to get some more soil. There you go. You just put all the soil I got on this thing. It's faster if you do it like this. Just going to leave it over there. See, I still want to be able to see the roots on this tree, but the thing is, I want the roots to be covered a little more. So let's just make sure that this is right deep on the soil. There's nothing messing it up with. And now I'm going to use some of the soil that was already here and just put it in around it. This is one of the reasons I didn't do this on the kitchen table, because it's messy. And just put it inside. I guess they use the same. When I bought this tree, as you can see, he wasn't anchored at all on the pot, and not even the drainage stuff was. Going to be right back. I need to get more soil because this is not enough. So I'm back again with more soil. Let's put this soil around like the tree, like patching it up a little bit more. Still have a lot of space to put this soil in. It's a 10-inch pot, so it takes way more soil than you might think. But I really think it's going to be good for the tree to be in a bigger pot, so those roots can grow better and not be just like packs on a little pot. Again, it's a good thing I'm not doing this on my kitchen table. Because it will be a big mess. As you can see right now, the roots are a little more protected. I'm holding the tree in position while I do this with a chopstick. I actually have a metal chopstick that's pretty cool to do this stuff. I don't have any idea what it is, so we go traditional. I saw in a video one day that someone was like making fun of people that use regular chopsticks. But I'm not a purist, so I don't really care. As long as it does the job, it's fine. As you can see, I've been using the chopstick, so the tree is like, the roots are coming up, so meaning that there's like air in there that we need to work, and then get some more soil on it until everything is, the air pockets are not there anymore. I think like this is one of the, I don't know, like sometimes we find like relaxing stuff on bonsai when we, you know, work on our bonsais. Some people find watering relaxing, which it is. Some people find making the soil relaxing, which I honestly don't think it is, but the soil part, no. And you know, some people find several parts of making bonsai relaxing. Well, for me, watering is definitely relaxing, and one of the things that's relaxing too, believe it or not, it's like working with this chopstick, because you know, you just have time to think about stuff while you are doing this, because it takes some working on, and then put more in soil, and then working on it again, and you kind of see like the soil like actually going lower and lower and lower as you fill the air pockets. I don't know, I think it's relaxing, you know, to each his own, I guess. But watering, it's actually, yeah, it is one of the relaxing things with bonsai. Now, the way you put the soil in, it doesn't really matter right now. You just want to put it on the pot, and then you work it out as you go. But I think this tree will be happier on this pot. Because it will have more space to thrive and more space to grow, for these roots to grow. Next spring, what I'm going to do, I am going to work on the roots. It was something that I didn't really want to do today, because it's kind of summer, and I rather work on these trees in spring. Well, depending on the trees. Some trees you can, like the ficus, you can work the ficus in the summer, because, you know, it's really not a problem. But this is a Chinese Elm. I don't think I even said what this tree was before. Yeah, this is a Chinese Elm that I bought it like a few months ago, actually. My daughter bought it for me on it was Father's Day present, so I want this tree to be good. See, like working with a wooden chopstick. I'm working with a metal chopstick. It's not really that different. And then it all depends on your soil. If your soil has more like bigger components, yeah, you want a stronger chopstick, because you're gonna have to work those components, like bigger lava rock, bigger pine bark here stuff. So right now I'm just working the lip of the pot a little bit more. And I'm just getting my hand on top of it so the soil doesn't go all over the place. Sometimes you want to go stronger down, but I think we're almost done with this thing. Just going to give it like some nice watering. I like to keep a little height on the lip of the top, so when I water it, that the water doesn't come out of the pot and drags the soil out. So I just try to get it a bit more. Of a border here. Some height at the lip of the pot. Just want to go a little harder on this thing. Make sure that there's nothing there. Anything. So that's it. I guess we are pretty much done with the work today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for your time. And you know what? Stay sharp and enjoy. Have a pleasant day.